Hello viewers, welcome back to my channel Learn with Ravi. In my previous video of mine, we have begun the concept of simple and compound interest where I have delivered the content of simple interest, few simple models and how do we calculate the interest for a given time period on a given principal value, isn't it? Now in this video, let us learn quickly the concepts of compound interest and then we shall do all the models of SI and CI. So let's get started. Now, what is compound interest? We have learned that we calculate compound interest by taking the interest on the previous interest, isn't it? For a given sum P principal value, rate of interest time n in years, then we calculate compounding based on few factors. We say that the final amount after the calculated compound interest is given by the formula A is equals to P into 1 plus R minus R upon K times 100 whole power Nk. Now what is this K? What is this formula? We learn it in detail, do not worry. So we calculate the amount by saying that A is equals to P times 1 plus R upon K times 100 whole power N times K. Now what is this plus or minus R? If every year if the value of R increases constantly, then we say it as R positive. If the value of R depreciates every year, we say it as a negative R. So a positive R indicates constant increase every year and a negative R indicates a depreciation of R every year. So now what is this K? K is given by 12 upon X. Now what is this? People say that people calculate interest annually. What is annually? For every 1 year they calculate the interest. So it indicates X is 12 months, so K becomes 1. When K becomes 1, amount A becomes P into 1 plus R by 100 whole power N. This is the formula what you normally do. But in real-time applications, people calculate compound interest for every 6 months. We call it as half yearly. They do it for every 3 months. We call it as quarterly or 4 months or for K months. Similarly, when you say compounding half yearly, it is for every 6 months. So X becomes 6. When X becomes 6, K is 2. Have you got 2? 12 upon 6 is 2. So then A becomes P times 1 plus R by 2 times 100 whole power 2n. Now if it is half yearly, R became R by 2. Please keep that in mind. Okay. Now similarly, if you say compounding quarterly, what is quarterly? For every 3 months? For every 3 months indicates 4 times a year. So it is 12 upon 3. So it is 12 upon 3, we get the value of K as 4. Then A becomes P times 1 plus R by 4 times 100 whole power 4n. So what do you observe? R became R by 4. So if it is half yearly, R became R by 2. If it is quarterly, R became R by 4. So the value of R is being modified. And the number of times to calculate interest also gets modified. If it is N annually, 2N half yearly, 4N quarterly. Is that clear? Now let us see some small concepts by knowing the fact that compound interest is the final amount obtained minus the principal value. So A minus P gives the compound interest. So moving ahead, what do you observe? We observe that for a given some P rate of interest or time in years, we calculate the interest in different ways because finding the amount first and then subtracting the principal is a little tedious. So then what is the other way of doing it? As we know that in compound interest, we calculate interest on the previous interest. I gave you a method. In the first case, the initial for the first time, I say I1 is P percent, R percent of P. And then I2 is R percent of I1 and I3 is R percent of I2 and so on. So first step is we calculate interest first. That is I1, I2, I3, I4. I1 is R percent of P. I2 is R percent of I1, I3 is R percent of I2 and so on. Now once we get these things, then we calculate compound interest as follows. The final interest is given by the formulas. For 1 year, the compound interest is I1, straight enough. Now for second year, the compound interest is given by the formula 2I1 plus I2. Do not panic with the formula, I'll tell you how to remember them easily. For 3 years, it is 3I1 plus 3I2 plus I3. For 4 years, it is 4I1 plus 6I2 plus 4I3 plus I4. For fifth year, or for 5 years, it is 5I1 plus 10I2 plus 10I3 plus 5I4 plus I5. It is really weird to remember formulae, but there are some methods of learning these formulas. Now, it goes like this. If it is 1 year, one interest, 2 years, there are two terms, 3 years, three terms, 4 years, four terms, 5 years, five terms, isn't it? So keep that in mind. If it is 5 years, you get five terms. Yes. Now for the first term is always the year number. First year 1, second year 2, third year 3, fourth year 4, fifth year 5, the coefficients. And the last coefficient is always 1. See 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, isn't it? So the first term is the number of years term, the value, and the last term is always 1. Now first term for first year is 1, second year is 2 and 1. Now for third year, how do you calculate it? We do it by saying the second term is calculated by adding 2 plus 1. It is 2 plus 1 is 3. It is 3, 3, 1. Now for fourth year, 3 plus 3 is 6 and 3 plus 1 is 4. You get 4, 6, 4, 1. You need not mug up things. For fifth year, first term is 5, second term is 4 plus 6, 10, third term is 6 plus 4, 10, fourth term is 4 plus 1, 5, fifth term is 1 again. So this is how you can calculate the coefficient values instead of mugging them up. We have methods to remember, and please, you need to have a little practice to learn these things. Once you do the examples, you will learn how to work with these things clearly. So moving ahead, so you need to calculate the compound interest for rupees 16,000 at a rate of 10% for 3 years. So applying the formula, what do you get? We know that the formula is A is equals to P into 1 plus R by K times 100 whole power n K. But as it is compounding annually, the value of K is 1. So A becomes P into 1 plus R by 100 whole power n. Plug in the values, 16,000 into 1 plus 10 by 100 whole power 3, and the value of A is found to be 21,296 rupees. And the interest becomes 21,026 minus 16,000, the value becomes 5,296 rupees. So we applied the formula. Yes. Now let us see how to do the same story in second method. The method goes like this. The concept says for the first year, the interest is 10% of 16,000, that would be 1600, isn't it? Now second year is we calculate interest and interest on interest. 1600 plus 10% of 1600 would be 1760, 1760 rupees. Now for third year, we take the interest 1760 plus 10% of 1760, that would be 1760 plus rupees 176, and the value will come down to 1936. Now when you add these three terms, 1600 plus 1760 plus 1936, the final sum is 5296. This is how we calculate interest on interest for every corresponding year, add them to get the answer. No formula is found. The basics, the concepts. Now let us do the shortcut which we have learned. Now the question is find the compound interest for 3 years, isn't it? So 3 years contains 3 terms. So I1, I2, I3. First step is find I1, then find I2, then find I3. The formula says 3I1 plus 3I2 plus I3. Now what is I1? I1 would be 10% of 1600. Yes or no? Now I2 would be 10% of 1600 and I3 would be 10% of 160. Now you got I1, you got I2, you got I3. Now plug in the values in the formula to get the answer as 5296. So in all the three methods, we have seen how to calculate the compound interest using the formula, using the concept, using the so-called shortcut. All will give you the same answer. Fine. Find the compound interest for rupees 16,000 for 1.5 year at 10% per annum, where we compound it half yearly. Now please keep in mind, it is not yearly, it is half yearly. If it is half yearly, we need to calculate K. K becomes 12 by X. X is 6. So 12 by 6 would be 2. So the formula becomes A is equals to P into 1 plus R by K into 100 whole power n K. The value of K is 2 here. So put in the values and find the value of A. And the value of A becomes finally 18,522 rupees, 18522. Now find the interest. Now interest is 18522 minus 16,000, that becomes 2522. So you have observed that R became R by 2. Why? Because the value of K is 2 here. In the previous case, the value of K is 1. So R value did not change. So this is how you calculate the story using formula. Now going ahead, let us use the shortcut, the concept. In the concept, we have learned that R becomes R by 2 as it is half yearly. For 1.5 year, first 6 months, second 6 months, third 6 months. So do it 3 times. Now for the first 6 months, you calculate the interest as 5% of rupees 16,000, that is 800. Yes or no? Now for second 6 months, we take 800 and we calculate 5% of 800, and that would be 40. So 800 plus 40 would be 840. For the third 6 months, it is 840 plus 5% of 840, that is 42, and we get the interest for third year to be 882. Clear with that? Now we add these values to get the final component, that is 800 plus 840 plus 882. The answer is 2522, which is same as the initial answer which we got using the formula. Now using the shortcut, we know that R becomes R by 2. Now as it is 1.5 year, first 6 months, second 6 months, third 6 months, so 3 times. So the formula says 3i1 plus 3i2 plus i3, isn't it? So we got 3 terms, i1, i2, i3. So the compound interest is 3i1 plus 3i2 plus i3. Now what is i1? i1 becomes 5% of rupees 16,000. And what is i2? i2 is 5% of i1, that is 5% of 8, and that is rupees 40. i3 is 5% of 40, that is 2 rupees. Now add them up to get the answer as 2522. So in either way you do it, you will still end up with the same answer, that is 2522. I gave you 3 approaches. Picking an approach is left to you. Now let us see the concept. The concept says P becomes n times itself at a rate R in time t years. Now how do you relate this R n t? The concept goes like, the value of R is given by n power 1 by t minus 1 times 100%. You get this by plugging in the answer, like A is np, so np is equals to p into 1 plus R by 100 whole power n. From that, modifying that, you will get the value of R as n power 1 by t minus 1 times 100. So this is how you calculate the value of R. And then let us see a small example. An amount became 9 times itself in 12 years at compound interest. He did not mention it is annually or half yearly or quarterly. By default it is annually. Now find the rate of interest. How do you get that? So given n is 9, t is 12, plug in the values. The value of R is 9 power 1 by 12 minus 1 times 100, and the value of R is found to be 20.08%. Clear with that? So this is how you calculate the value of R, N and T from the given content. Going ahead, what do you observe? In this concept, P becomes n times itself at a rate R% in t1 years. So P became n times itself in t1 years. Now the same P becomes m times itself in t2 years at the same R. Now the question is, how do you correlate this t1, t2, n, m and R? Now we have a concept in that t2 is given by log m base n times t1. So we will learn this by doing some simple math. So t2 is given by log m base n times t1. See an example. An amount became 4 times itself in 12 years at compound interest. Then how many years will it become? 16 times itself. So from the formula, from the problem, you find n is 4, t1 12, m is 16, find t2. Plug in the values. Log 16 base 4 is 2, 2 times 12 is 24. Clear with that? It is very simple. Let us compare compound interest and simple interest. How do you get it? So assuming that the amount is compounded annually, I specify the amount is compounded annually. So for 1 year, the value of simple interest and the value of compound interest will be equal, so the difference will be 0. Now from 2 years and more, definitely the value of compound interest will be greater than the value of simple interest. So for 2 years, the formula is given by Ci minus Si is P times R by 100 whole square. That can also be written as Si upon 2 times R by 100. We get this by applying the values of Ci and Si and plugging out values. Now for 3 years, definitely Ci is greater than Si, and the difference is given by the formula P into R by 100 whole square times R by 100 plus 3. Learn this formula, plug in the values and get the outputs. See a small example. The example goes like this. The difference between Ci and Si are certain sum for 2 years at 5% per annum is rupees 50. Now find the sum. Now He gave us the difference as 50, R is given as 5. He's asking us P. Plug in the values in the formula, get the output, and the value of P is rupees 20,000. Clear with that? So, another example, he gave us the CI and SI on a certain sum is rupees 2520 and 2400 for 2 years. Now find the rate of interest charged per annum. He gave us compound interest, he gave us simple interest. Now he is asking us the rate of interest. Now we know that the formula of the difference is SI by 2 times R by 100. So you have CI, you have SI, plug in the values, get the value of R, and the value of R is found to be 10%. That's for now in compound interest. We'll see more examples in the upcoming videos. So don't forget to put your comments in the comment section, and I'll be always ready to help you out and share my thoughts. Don't forget to like, share, comment. Thank you.